Hello Pisces, how are you doing? I am here to do the April reading. It's going to be a quick one, okay? I hope that, I know it was just Pisces season. I hope Pisces season was great to you. Now we're into Aries season, and I hope that's going well for you as well. All right, so we're going to get started. I do have a few new decks today to show you, but we're going to start off with one of my older decks that I have. It's an Oracle of the Unicorns. All right, and we've got a card for you. Ooh, wow. Okay, so Past Lives is the card that you got, Pisces. Past Lives. Okay, and it says at the bottom here, release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom, and healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So I'm going to look in the book here. Okay. Such a good card to get, Pisces. Such a good card. All right, so it says you are an old soul who has journeyed through many different lifetimes and gained deep knowledge on your way. Your present situation requires you to either tap into your ancient wisdom for the answers or release a block you've carried forward from another incarnation. You may have some deep fear from a previous time that is being brought to the surface so it can be released for good. So if you have yucky feelings, try to figure out what they are and why you're feeling them, and really work on resolving them instead of being like, oh, I'm just gonna forget about it. You know, sometimes it's helpful to just forget something and let it go, but other times you really have to do the work, and, you know, even if it's not pretty, you know, get rid of that shit, right? So it says there may be people you still hold karmic agreements with. Clearing these agreements is now possible, and this will allow you to move forward on your own path. And sometimes I think of karmic agreements as, you know, things that you currently might be involved in, right? So say a relationship where you share bills, you know, that's almost like a karmic agreement. And you know, we've all been through this where you end a relationship and you have to sever those ties. That's the kind of things that I think about. That's like a smaller scale way of thinking about karmic ties, but that's like something that you really just have to do the work to separate and to release so that you can move forward. So it may be time for you to remember the soul gifts that have been locked away and are now ready to be shared with the world, like your intuition, Pisces. You guys are intuitive AF. I'm a Pisces too, so I'm like you guys. We are. As an old soul, you have evolved over centuries, and it's time for you to use your knowledge to awaken and ascend in this lifetime, and to help others do the same. So spend some time sitting quietly in meditation. Oh, I love meditation. And ask the mystical unicorn to guide you back to the answers or the healing you need, or to help you unleash your hidden gifts. Your past lives hold treasures that can help you rise into your power and create the life of abundance, joy, and freedom that you desire. And sometimes past lives, they keep popping up in this life in different forms. Like if you keep having the same similar situation happening over and over and over again in this life, it's because there's something you know, within that situation that you haven't dealt with, right? And when you deal with it, you'll be able to really move forward. So yeah, that's a great card. It's such a beautiful card too. All right, so I'm going to give you a little mini love read here with the new Lover's Path Tarot deck. So I'm just going to pull a card. New decks are like really stiff, so it's hard. It takes a while to really get the deck to break it. See, my shoulders are like working really hard. All right, so what do we have for Pisces? Okay, so we have innocence. Okay, innocence. Okay, I'm gonna look, but I believe that this is the Fool card, okay? And the Fool is the beginning of the journey, right? So it's possible that you may have completed a cycle of some sort, and now you're beginning anew. This is the mini love part of it. So a new relationship, stepping into the unknown with that. I'll pull another card to go with it. One more card to go with this. So there could be someone you have your eye on, someone, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, the Fool and the Seven of Cups. So, and the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is such a Pisces card because there's one thing that they always say, like, that Pisces can really do a great job of like fantasizing and living in their head. So maybe you're just like thinking about lots of fantastical things with someone new. But I'm going to look in the little booklet here at this Innocence card just so that I can read it for you. Okay, so it says new ventures, innocence, trust, and optimism. So the start of a great journey, innocence that allows one to be open to possibilities and protects from difficulties, facing fears, trusting your heart, feeling protected by divine forces, right? So I love this because we're talking about releasing, past life karma. So this past life karma that's being released is going to lead you into new wonderful things, right? And there's so many different choices. There are so many different directions that you can go in right now. It's almost like the possibilities are endless. When I see the Fool and the Seven of Cups, to me, it's like the possibilities are endless. What am I going to do? Like, I have let something go and now there is space for something else. And that's where you're at, Pisces, as far as love is concerned, is creating space. If you have read The Secret or listened to The Secret, one of the things they talk about when you're manifesting and you want to manifest love into your life is to make space for that person. Don't be like me. I fall asleep with tarot cards in my bed and my laptop and, other miscellaneous things. Leave that space empty and leave some pillows there too for the person that you want to be there. Make some space in your closet, make some space in your drawers, right? So that's like physically manifesting someone by creating a space for them. All right, so let's move on. All right, I'm just gonna pull some cards in general for you. This is my Everyday Witch Tarot deck. All right, what do we have? Oh, wow, okay, the Lovers. Oh, what? All right. Like, what? The Seven of Cups, again, in this deck, okay? So, I ain't gonna lie, as a Pisces, like, I fantasize a lot about shit. So, damn, right? So the Fool with the Seven of Cups, the Lovers with the Seven of Cups, like, I'll pull one more card, and the Nine of Pentacles, right? So, like, to me, this says, see, the Nine of Cups is almost like the opposite of the Lovers, because the Nine of Pentacles is being self-assured, independent, having your own, being able to handle your own, right? So it's almost like you're making the choice, are you making the choice to be independent? Or are you making the choice to partner up with somebody? To me, that's what it's like. What do I do? Because I have choices. I can be in a relationship. I can be single. I can do what I want. I can, live in these fantasies in my head if I want to as well. But I don't think you should do that all the time. But wow. Okay, Pisces, you got some choices. That's what choices and fantasies going on here, right? I think it might be that springtime air. Okay. I'm looking at both of these cards, right? So it's like, oh, it's almost like in this card, she's like, I'm fantasizing. And in this one, she's like, what choice do I make, right? So, wow, Pisces. I'm going to pull one more card for you from the Witch's Oracle. This is a new deck that I just got, and it is so cool. Okay, what do we have for Pisces? Ha! I've seen this card before, I've pulled this card before. It says sword and then it says aspiration, right? And there's like this dragon here. When I see this, this makes me think of the Ace of Swords, which is like that new energy. And that Ace of Swords, it's like that lightning bolt, and this sword is just so, it's just beaming with light. So let's see what it says here in the book. And it's card number 38. And it says, the sword is a representation of masculine forces. It depicts the direction of energy, having the ability to cut through. Swords represent air in the tarot, upright being hopes, downwards being fears. Well, I'm not reading uprights. I didn't pay attention to whether it was up or down. I tend to read upright, just a preference. So legendary swords include the Excalibur, the sword of the legendary King Arthur given to him by the Lady of the Lake, and the sword of Damocles. So the sword indicates the need to stretch yourself and your ideas beyond the realms of your hopes and fears, right? And these Seven of Cups cards can also signify your hopes and fears, what you're looking at when you're making decisions. This is what I hope happens, and this is what I'm afraid of that will happen. So you can choose to cut through confusion with the sword of silence, for example, or cut through frustration with the sword of patience and see what happens. So this sword is yours, right? That's what this is all about. So this is your journey that you're starting, and this is your sword, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. That's what that means. You can do whatever you want to do with your sword, Pisces. It's not just for one thing. You decide, what am I going to do with this energy? What am I going to do with this situation? I get to choose how I react to it and how I handle it. So be aware of how you use your tongue in communications with others. Guard against gossip or intrigue, and hold your own truth and be honest, and always aspire to your greatest good. So this is just about, in the process of making your choices and in the process of doing what it is you got to do, keep your integrity intact, and be this stand-up, independent woman that you are. All right, so that's what I have for you for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed, Pisces. Bye.